Hello, my name is Kathy, and today I will be discussing the moon in Aries. When the moon is in Aries, as opposed to the sun being in Aries, the Aryan picture is different. The sun represents your chosen path in life, as it is something that you are constantly striving to become. The moon, by contrast, represents what you are born with. So, moon in Aries people tend to talk a lot and give the impression of being more knowledgeable than they actually are. As an example of this, the moon in Aries person can talk about really big plans they have for themselves with a lot of enthusiasm. But when called upon to deliver more details, it tends to fall apart on them. And yet they will always have a newer, brighter, and better idea that they are filled with enthusiasm for to replace the idea that have fallen apart on them. A lot of energy is wasted by the moon in Aries person on ideas that fall apart on them and cannot be followed up with action. You, as a moon in Aries person, are best satisfied by a picture of yourself as an independent thinker, a mental force, a person of intellectual or physical daring and courage. The truth is important to you. The truth, that is, as you see it individualistically, which may or may not bear a relation to proven facts. Your message to yourself is, be strong, be forceful, be independent, be brave. And so powerful is this lunar position that you're likely to become these things to some degree, even if your sun sign tries to make you a soft and gentle and quiet person. The meek and mild gentleman with a bar of steel inside them very likely has a moon in Aries. Likewise, the sweet lady who looks as if butter wouldn't melt in her mouth and nevertheless rules her household or the office ruthlessly. This is one of the positions in which the moon can be strong enough to take the dominance of the nature away from the sun and cause you actually become, in the outer world, what you imagine yourself to be. You may do this slowly, with quiet firmness, or swiftly, with bluster and braggadocio. You think well of yourself, and any trend towards inferior feeling indicated elsewhere in your birth chart is more than likely to meet its match here. This is a weak position only if the sun is in Libra, in which case the dictates of the sun must be followed and the lunar instincts ignored. In any case, the studious development of mental powers through formal education and a willingness to use your mind power to rule yourself rather than to rule others is essential to your success and happiness. A person with moon in Aries can rise to positions of fame and authority very fast, but they have problems with the frustrations involved with holding on to it. A successful moon in Aries person, having achieved their success in worldly affairs, often becomes militant at home and very self-centered and conceited. The moon in Aries person who does not achieve at least a modicum of personal success at work will then turn their attention to a series of sexual conquests. The moon in Aries person thrives on novelty and can generate excitement in others through their own intense enthusiasms. Enthusiasms run strongly with moon in Aries people, as well as impulsiveness. One of the great gifts of the moon in Aries position is that the ugly moments in their lives can be forgotten with ease, and they very rarely hold a grudge. These are primarily proud and independent people with a strong self-esteem. Moon in Aries people tend to be restless, impulsive, impatient, and have a passion for all kinds of new experiences. They have an aggressive, dynamic personality and a quick-thinking mind that tends to get bored easily. They love challenges and can't stand to be bored by others or to have someone else tell them what to do. Freedom is extremely important to the moon in Aries person, and they like to at least maintain the illusion that they have plenty of it in their lives. Although they hate the idea of being in a relationship that makes them feel confined, at the same time, they have extremely demanding emotional needs. These people think nothing of demanding their own independence, and yet can easily turn around and put the most persistent pressure on others. The type of person that most interests the Moon in Aries type is the fascinating yet elusive, mysterious yet intense, scintillating yet not exactly trustworthy type of person. They crave the chase. The most and only experience will teach them that the more charming and elusive the prey, perhaps that tends to translate into the most neurotic prey. The bottom line for Moon in Aries is honesty. These people value this quality in others more than anything else. In general, these people are honest and open and will say whatever is on their minds, regardless of the feelings of others. They would never intentionally hurt anyone's feelings. It's just that in the excitement of the moment, they most probably never noticed. Their direct, occasionally tactless approach is merely another manifestation of their innate, childlike spontaneity. These people love the out of doors and are ever seeking adventures. On the negative side of the scale, the Moon in Aries person can pour out huge amounts of energy and great spurts of enthusiasm and ultimately achieve nothing. They may be all show and no substance. Their enthusiastic ideas may be incredibly unworkable, and they can start projects with intense excitement and then drop them suddenly because they've lost interest in them, without any regard for others that may be involved. Idealism can reach fanatical heights in these people, as can rash actions ultimately ruin their reputations. The Moon in Aries temper may be uncontrollable and destructive, and they could be a troublemaking rebel without a cause. As far as their careers go, the Moon in Aries person can drive themselves past human limits, but only if it is something that they really want to do. Once they become ambivalent about it, their energy wanes, and they leave behind them a string of quickly conceived and half-finished projects. In midstream, these people are capable of impulsively deciding that they want to quit their jobs, end their marriages, change their careers, take an extended vacation, or simply want to get away from their boss, lover, spouse, or whatever. The sooner the better, too. The Moon in Aries person tends to close their minds once they've made their minds up about something, and no one can change their minds on the matter, as they're not open for discussion on it, or any well-meaning advice from others as well. One of the Moon in Aries' most striking personality characteristics is that they will do what they want, when they want to do it, and will allow no interference from anyone or anything. When these people do make a mistake, they are quick to recover, and the very least to wallow in what might have been. Instead, they become consumed with a new curiosity, and with intense enthusiasm will take up a new direction, interest, or project. Moon in Aries is not interested in looking before they leap. This is just not their way of being. They like to live their lives recklessly. They love the chase more than the achievement of any prize. When things start to slow down, they become depressed and instantly seek a new direction elsewhere. Conquest is the name of the game with these people and is what keeps them going. It is the very key to their lifestyle, their relationships, and their disappointments. All they want is for the excitement to last long enough to make them feel wildly alive. Well, that's it for now. To stay up to date with my latest videos, Make sure to subscribe to this free YouTube channel by clicking the red subscribe button right below this video. Take care.